Hey guys, it's Fiona from Even Tired Reads and welcome to yet another book haul because I just seem to like to collect books and not read them at the moment. As is always the case, I've been a busy bee. You will have seen a recent video from me which was an unboxing. I will leave that linked down below, and if I remember I will put it in the little eye doobly thingy which is somewhere up there. This will probably be the last video of the year. I highly doubt I'll record anything else between now and Christmas, considering this is going up at like the very end of November. I am not planning on doing any videos throughout December at all. But what will happen is there will be a bit of a life update in January. For those of you who follow me on Twitter, you will have already seen that I have tweeted something about changes next year. Some pretty big changes for me. No, I'm not pregnant. Just gonna put that out there. But that will require a whole video in itself explaining what is happening, why I'm doing what I'm doing. So that will come in January. New year, new things, all the excitement. So this is a book haul. Let's talk about the books. And I say books, but we're actually going to talk about comic book issues first. But it's close enough. I have a few new comic book issues to show you. First of that is Zodiac Star Force issue 2, Cries of the Fire Prince. This is so pretty. If you haven't read Zodiac Star Force, what is wrong with you? It's amazing. I also had to pick up issue 1 and 2 of Runaways because this is written by Rainbow Rowell. There was no way I was not getting this. And these are my most recent purchases, these two. I actually got them today. And that is the new Snot Girl issue 8. This is the boys issue. And I actually got Giant Days. This is the holiday special, the first holiday special. I had no idea that I was in time to get the first issue, so I'm very excited. I still need to read volume 5 of Giant Days, but hopefully I will read that soon. And this is illustrated by an illustrator I really like. This is Jen Santonge? I don't know how to say her name, but I follow her on Instagram and she's amazing, so very excited to read this. And of course, as we always do after the comic books, we talk about the manga. And there's only 2 this month. I feel like there should be more, but I don't think there is. So I have volume 4 of Twinkle Stars, which is by the creator of Fruits Baskets. And I still haven't read volume 3 of this, but I now have volume 4, so hopefully I will get to them soon. And I have volume 24 of Nisekoi. This is the second to last volume. And the last volume I think comes out in January. And I'm so excited to see what finally happens. Oh my god, this has been a brilliant series. I highly recommend it. It's really fun, really silly, and it's just been a brilliant read. I will be doing a video about the series when it's done next year. I'm going to talk a lot more about manga and other stuff that isn't just books next year. Ooh, the vague ideas. I guess we now should talk about all the books I bought that aren't manga or graphic novels. Okay, so we are going to start with The Loneliest Girl in the Universe by Lauren James. This is, of course, the finished edition. I do own a proof of this. Lauren James came to our store. She did an event with us and she did a podcast episode, which at the time of filming this I have only briefly edited. So hopefully that will go up soon too. And I also have an annotated edition of Julie C. Dowd's The Forest of a Thousand Lanterns. This was in a Page Habit box that I got, which I have reviewed my last one. You'll probably know by now I was very unimpressed with the Page Habit box. And after that video, I still have been looking for my book plate, which definitely isn't in there. I've emptied the box again, and I've looked through here again. So go and check out the video to see my actual thoughts on this box. I'm obviously very excited for the book. I'm still looking for the book plate. I'm now flicking through the book in case they put it somewhere where I haven't seen it. But no, it definitely wasn't in there. But I'm very excited to read this book and that it's annotated. I'm very interested to see what happens. But yeah, check out my unboxing for that if you're interested in Page Habit. I have quite a few opinions. And I suppose we should talk about the elephant in the room, or maybe I should say the polar bear. So since my last book haul, a certain book was released. So that of course meant I had to buy lots of books. Now, I only own the bind-up of this and a single volume of the first book, so I had to buy the Waterstones exclusive editions that match the new Book of Dust. We have The Northern Lights, which has a beautiful cover. We have The Subtle Knife, and we have The Amber Spyglass. These are such beautiful additions, and I wish they weren't weird short books. For some reason they're shorter than Book of Dust, but have been rejacketed to match Book of Dust. Very confusing, but very pretty, and I'm very excited to have these on my shelf because they will look amazing, and I am slowly working my way through the series. I have not yet finished the series again, like I read them as a child, to then read Book of Dust. That leads us obviously onto Book of Dust. So of course, I had the hardcover of Book of Dust. It only exists as a hardcover, but I'm pretty sure there are American ones too. This is the English version, the UK version, whatever you want to call it. And of course, I had to get the special collector's signed limited numbered edition. I haven't unpackaged it yet, which is why it's so shiny. I don't know if I ever will. I don't know if I'll ever find out what number I am. I'm probably like way high in the numbers, but this is something that I have been waiting for Book of Dust since I was a child. I read Northern Lights when I was like 13, I think? So I've been waiting a long time for Book of Dust. A long time, and I'm very excited to get to it in my own time and reread the series and enjoy Book of Dust, and I'm really excited, in case you couldn't tell. And as always, this last portion is all about the books I have received. The first lot are books that I received unsolicited, and then I'll move to the ones that I have requested. So first up, we have I Am Gold by Pierce Brown. This is a new spin-off follow-on series to Red Rising. I own Red Rising and the second book, but not the third book, and I haven't read them yet, but I'm going to read them in 2018 because I feel like Katie might kill me if I haven't read them next year, or at all. I feel like she might murder me anyway. I then randomly got this sent to my house, which I don't get many sent to my house these days, and that is Ballad for a Mad Girl by Vicky Wakefield. This is an Australian publication. Basically, it's by Text Publishing, who I believe are originally Australian, and it's being brought over here, and the author is also Australian. So that sounds cool, and I don't really know much about this book. It was randomly sent out of the blue, but I will try and get to it at some point soon. Bloomsbury Rep came in recently, and I managed to snag the new Bridget Chimera. This is More Than We Can Tell. I love Bridget Chimera's books. I always have since her Elemental series, which I really wish was properly published in the UK still. Still to this day is that a fantastic series. Don't know much about this, but don't really care. It's Bridget Chimera, I'm gonna read it. I then got 2 books from Hachette's publishing area, because they do so many ones now. So first from Orchard is the new Ali Carter, Not If I Save You Fast. I don't know if I like the rejackets they've done, because they're rejacketing the High Society as well. So it looks like this. I don't know if you can see that. I don't know, I just feel like it doesn't convey any of the humour and sass that Ali Carter has. It just seems very generic? I don't know, not sold. And then randomly also got sent Words in Deep Blue by Kath Crowley, and this is told in dual point of view, and it also has emails and some like messaging stuff in it, and you know how much that is my jam. So at first I was like, I don't know, and then Kimmy got a copy and she was like, have you looked inside it? Because it is your jam. And I did, and went, oh my god, yes, I'm definitely having this. So very excited to get to this. And lastly in the segment, for something completely different, I have this, which is Bleak House, Chasing My Novel to the End of the World by Nell Stevens. This is about a woman basically ending up in some kind of like on an isolated island trying to write her novel and what happened. So it's kind of like a non-fiction biographical account, but with interesting things, and you know, it just sounds really interesting. It's very thin, and I just thought it might be a really nice one just to pick up completely on a whim. I like that with my non-fiction. Sometimes I don't read it for months, and then I'll just pick one up and read it. A big thank you to all the publishers who have sent me books that I have not asked for, but I appreciate it nonetheless. I have a couple of books that I did request. These two I actually requested before I got married, and it's taken 3 attempts for them to reach me. It's quite weird. Myself nor the publisher really knows what has happened, but I have them now, so thank you very much. And that is Eliza and Her Monsters and Who's That Girl? So these are both from HarperCollins 360, so thank you very much, guys. Much appreciated. I have been wanting to read these books because music related things and fandom related things, like, that is so my jam. So I'm very excited to finally have them and to get to them very, very soon. 2 other books I have in this bit, because I have a couple books at the very end. I also requested a little while ago, but not as long ago as that. I requested Tangleweed and Brine, but they actually sold out of their first print run, so we had to wait for them to print another lot, and then they sent them to us because we just assumed we weren't getting them. But this is such a beautiful book, and I know that I will curl up one evening and just lose myself in it entirely. I'm very excited, so thank you to Little Island Press for sending me that. And lastly, a book I have been very excited about, and again assumed I wasn't getting, but suddenly got an email going, "Oh my gosh, we missed your emails, we're so sorry." And that is The Fandom by Anna Day. This is about a group of kids who find themselves trapped in their fandom, essentially, like in that world, like just poof. And it just sounds so thrilling, and it's already really cool the way they've come up with this. There's a lot of information you can find out about how the fandom came to be, and I'm just super excited. It was supposed to be released in October, has been delayed till January, but I'm excited nonetheless. So thank you, Chicken House, for sending me this. The very, very last books I have are 2 books that Kimmy has given me because she got duplicates, and that is Sweet Freak by Sophie Mackenzie and This Mortal Coil by Emily Savada. If you've heard us talking on a podcast, you know Kimmy adored This Mortal Coil, and I'm so excited to get to this book. So thank you very much, Kimmy, for giving me your spares. It's much appreciated, and I am very excited to get to some of these books. So I now have to find space for all these books to go, and I don't know where that's going to be because it's getting pretty hectic in here. And I'm not going to buy many more books between now and Christmas. There are a couple of mangas that have just come out that I'm going to probably end up buying, but other than that, I'm going to try and be good, because I'm not reading fast enough to justify buying all these books. Obviously, I get sent quite a lot too, and I really appreciate it, and I'm trying to get through as many as I can. But such is my life, and again, all this will be covered in the new year. I will do a whole host of my favourite books of this year and all that jazz. You can look forward to that in January, in the new year, and so many other things. It's going to be a good year. I can feel it in my bones. I'm very excited about it. So I hope you guys have enjoyed this video today, and I'll see you on my next video. Bye!